All right, cool. Here we go. All right, so let's get this going here. Ah, good start to my day. Okay. That's done, that's done. All right, so let's get the show on the road. Okay. This side. I'm doing lavender today for balance. I've just been kind of going all over the place. So we just want good messages from the heart, truth, insight. The journey computer wants me to walk. All right. So we did a quick smudge. Um, getting online late today. I kind of got distracted. I was doing a few other things before I got started. Mr. Feather. My poor little talking feather's just gone right through the ringer, you guys. Like, look at it. It's like a totem animal, but it's bizarre. It's a very bizarre, almost like fire energy coming out of the end, like with the flamey kind of looking back to him here. It's kind of cool. I like it though. It's one of a kind. At least we know that, right? It's a one of a kind. It was created by, fire. Created from fire, like the rest of us are, right? That's some belief of some people. Um, so I had a really good day today. Very interesting. I just want to say for one of the readers that I did a reading today for how much connection was done there. I was actually even had my own hair on my back stand up a few times with her, with the reading that I did today. It was a very insightful one, though. It gave me a lot of direction too as well, which is kind of a bonus. Just starting to get new to this whole YouTube thing. Has been something else. So I'm glad that everything worked out in for the good for the reads today. Very positive reading. I'm awestruck at some of the stuff that was channeled for me today, in order to give the messages, and it was an absolute blessing to be of service today. So I do know that I have a couple of readings coming up this next week. I believe there is Elizabeth on Monday. We have yours if you're listening. And then I have a couple other ones for the 7th, for the 8th and 9th possibly. So schedules are starting to fill up and I'm really feeling good about it. Getting, the work and it's paying off now. To be able to do this with you guys is just, it's all in itself just like weird. It's not weird, but it's not what I'm used to. Like from even when I was younger, when I used to be able to do this kind of reading and stuff and see, entities for what they were when I was younger, which put me in the hospital then, but won't now. So, you go to the hospital and you tell them that you're having these experiences and they kind of look at you like you're stupid, right? But then you look back at them like you're just like, okay, can you compute that for me now? Because I've already computed it, and I think I'm just gonna let your brain kind of catch up to the whole theory of this. So yeah. Let me just grab one more thing here. Hang on one sec. All right. So how is everybody? How is everybody's weekend gonna be this weekend? Is it gonna be busy? Is it gonna be chaotic? I guess we'll have to do an energy reading now to find out the overall energy. I mentioned in one of my reads today what we were kind of having to refocus our energy on is reconnecting with energies that um, are a benefit to having a peace of mind, a peace of strength within yourself. So we were getting a lot of reconnecting energy today, reconnecting with your spirit side of yourself and understanding it and being able to work with it so that it's a benefit to you as well. Um, so I'm just going to start like we normally start with the overall energy reading. Then we'll get into what's going to happen for the year-end draw has not happened yet, so you guys are safe. Don't worry about it. Majority of your guys' names are in there. There's a few more that I'm going to have to add on tomorrow. We're going to do the draw for the weekly live, which I haven't done a lot this week. I've been so busy doing other readings, but I just wanted to say that tomorrow is, the free reading day. I don't know if I think it might be more of a giveaway, a prize kind of thing for spiritual work. But a few ideas for the draw. But I never know until, whatever spirit wants me to give back to being of service to people and giving back to my subscribers for helping me through this journey as well. You guys have earned your keep here. And I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate my oracle angels. I experience, my ancestors coming through. And if the energy is right and the vibrations are right, a lot more things will end up revealing themselves for you. Just get onto that little bit higher of the vibration. Just keep smiling, laughing, keep your spirits up. Even when they do get down, you gotta acknowledge the ones that are darker too, that are coming up when you are dealing with the emotional end of things. But don't rush on it. Okay, there's no rush to have to get to the store because it's closing at 11. The spiritual side of the store is open 24/7, so you can do it at any time of the day or night. This is the way I look at it. What else is there? Resonating. If the messages resonate with you or not, let me know if there's anything that I can help you with. And then we can go from there as well. There's so many options, when you're dealing with spirituality altogether. Avenues open that you never would have thought you would ever experience, that seem kind of out of the ordinary, are the ones maybe you need to pay closer attention to. So we're going to do an overall energy reading for the channel for tonight. This is going to apply for the weekend. This will be a weekend energy read. Okay, hang on. So we're going to do for the weekend of January 4th through to the 7th. Please, Spirit, we want to have good vibrations. Just like the Beach Boys, good vibrations, right? What are the directions that we need to focus our energy on? And what is the direction for our spirit guides to go this week or this weekend? Is there a certain topic or aspect that we need to focus energy on and maybe work on healing it? It's hard to say yet. And Spirit is giving us the 9 of Wands so far. So we're coming out of the battle. The battle zone is over. It's behind us. I guess like saying that 2018 is behind us and we're coming in stronger spirit-wise for the new year. A lot of us are aware more of our energy levels, being them made aware. And you're pretty much suited and ready to go. Like in the card, she's wearing a nice outfit. She's been through the battle. She's coming out the other side and she still looks good. You know what I mean? So 2019, here we come. Definitely bonus card there for the overall energy. Coming out of the battle zone. Oh, we've got towers. Some people are still working through some of the tower moments that may be showing themselves that, we're beginning to look at more in depth with ourselves spiritually. And those experiences, like I look at this and it's like, I look at it, but I don't see like that's really a bad thing. If you notice that, your spirit and you are separated. That could be the tower moment, is that your spirit guide is coming through and making you more aware of situations that are coming up for you and to be better equipped for them. Okay, so that's what we got there. And then for future energy and direction that we're going to be headed, the outcome of doing all this hard work and gratitude that we pay back to the universe is a 6 of Swords. It's like you're taking what you have that were burdening you in the last year, let's use last year for example, that the last year that you're taking basically this and just and letting it go, like you're taking it out and you're basically, you acknowledge all these swords in your life and you reflected and you said, okay, I'm ready to now release these to, to the water and let the carry it wherever it may carry it, right? So it's a lot of, we're taking the endings and just memorializing them in their own space, but allowing it for water to cleanse the energy away from you. So this is a good reading. It's a very positive reading that we're going to be heading down, um, you know, heading into new waters. Maybe that's what that means, is we're heading with all our spiritual goals as well. We're heading to new waters and we're taking the journey and we're doing the journey, and that's all there is. Right, so it's a very firm energy that's coming out for a lot of people, that it has to be done. You need to move forward and cleanse it, right? So um, that gives a lot of credit to our spirit for being, and our guides, right? For sticking around and helping us through the situation, getting people to assist us. But at the end of the day, yeah, just went in a minute, Leonarda. I'll be just doing the overall for the weekend read right now, so I'll get your question right after. So this is basically saying that you can pick and choose what you want to cleanse, right? So you can either choose to keep them with you, or you can send them on their way. The energy on its way to find its own path back to you, that it's maybe not ready to close out that cycle with you yet, and just acknowledging that they're there. The other thing is, it could be, you're going to deliver your spirit to a different plane of existence, like you're moving, you're shifting your whole state of being into a more positive, cleansed energy that you want to approach forwardness with, without anything tying you down, anything blocking you. You're on the journey, and you want the journey to be basically you and your soul reconnecting, right? Or you connecting with other people that are like-minded or on the same vibrational, start entering your life, as you take this spiritual journey. But you're definitely suited up and ready to play. All right, so that's for the weekend. So it might get a little bit, you might feel a little bit of chaos this weekend, a little bit of upset, but just to let you know, that's just your energy levels clearing themselves. Like the tower moment doesn't necessarily have to be like a seriously bam, like in your face kind of moment. It could be that you're setting energy that's no longer needed on its way, and you're separating from the energy that you didn't, that you're leaving this spirit, that's the 2019 spirit, and it's clearing away all the old rubble kind of thing, like when things fall apart, right? So that's what I see, is that your spirit guide's there to guide you, that this is opening up, this is like opening up the mind, getting open-mindedness with your spirit, and not being so close-minded with a lot of the choices you make, that you can count on spirit to direct you, right? So it's not a bad thing, right? You're still, you're in the water, you're going for your cleansing time just to clear the energy, and this could be the residual energy from 2018 that you might be facing. So don't take it as a bad thing, that everything's going to come crashing down. It's just letting you know that it's time to open this up, look at it, and kind of send what energy that needs to be sent on its way, right, for its journey to be completed. So that is a great card for the weekend, for us to be focusing on ourselves, making our movements for ourselves, and taking care of number one first, which is yourself. Make sure your energy is up to up to the new balance that you might be finding, right? And the bottom of the deck card today is, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. So we're waiting on, we're not feeling anything anymore. We're trying to work through all what we've been given, and try to figure out how to kind of make it play out within this year for yourself. Maybe take like a year and set some goals that aren't too hard on yourself, or that you're going to regret making. But taking acknowledgement, or taking stock of what you have spiritually right now, that is going to help you through 2019, that maybe wasn't so recognizable in 2018. We're all becoming more aware of our own individual needs and our own individual assets, and just trying to figure out after I finish this, but just trying to figure out what ones need to stay and what ones to go, right? The stronger ones are going to end up sticking around. Like if you turn a cup upside down and it doesn't come out, then you have to struggle with it a little bit. Maybe turn it the other way and say, okay, why am I not being able to release this energy from whatever source that it's revealed itself to you in your meditative state, or just your living being state? Because a lot of signs happen externally from yourself, but they also happen internally, whether it's through dream, meditation, or daydreaming even. A lot can be happening and revealing itself. So always be even more aware when you're in those states of being, that you're noticing the details, the finer, looking around and saying, oh, I didn't notice that before. Or I didn't notice this idea or this energy coming forward. I never even saw that before. Like taking a lot more awareness when you're in this state of being. Okay. So that's a good sign. That's a good way to start the first weekend off for 2018 is really working through it. You came out of 2018, you're ready to roll when it comes to 2019. Okay, so that's the overall energy for the weekend, this weekend coming up. And then I'll see you guys probably again tomorrow. We do have the yearly end draw tomorrow for everybody that has become a subscriber. So this is going to be, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I have to get everybody's names in the draw pot for the live year-end prize. I'm still gonna have to figure that one out, but I'll have it ready for tomorrow. I usually do the draw by about 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is like, if you're on the East Coast, it would be like 6 p.m. Your time. I'm always 3 hours behind. Anybody from the east side or the west coming east, we lose an hour. So mine is 6 o'clock. Yours will be 9 o'clock. So I'm going to try and keep it fairly close to that time for people to be part of the draw. We do this. You have to be a subscriber to the channel. You must like and comment, be interactive with the chat and things on the channel to be able to be put into the draw for tomorrow. Is your year-end draw. So we're going to work on that. I've been bombarded with holidays. I'm glad they're over with. I don't want to deal with them for another year. It gets me, I get really distracted when it comes, this time of year. Like I said, I don't really celebrate it, but still it takes a lot of energy out of me due to the circumstances that I've been given, right? Oh, I love the holidays too, just so as long as I'm not the one that has to create them. Like my holidays aren't like the normal holidays. My celebration day is actually kind of like New Year's Day. I don't celebrate on Christmas anymore. That's for my late mom's day that she passed away on, and that's her special day, right? So I keep everything kind of, in her memory, right? And we get that strength card pulling up. Okay, so we're getting the strength card coming out here. So I don't know how that's playing into this this weekend, but maybe with the clearing of energy. But the strength card was always twice. It showed flipped up here, right? So yeah. So why that's showing up, I'm not sure. Why is there somebody that maybe a Leo that's going to enter chat or it's going to come into play some hum today? It usually does. That's what it's been like for me all day, and it's been a blessing to reconnect with energies and ones that I haven't met yet. Were coming through, so it was kind of cool. It was really cool. So what we'll do, we'll get at about in another about 12 minutes, we'll go to the halftime period, which would be where we start doing the draw. But if there's not a lot of people here yet, we'll give them some more time to get in. Renee M, how long will this take? Okay, so first person up was, okay, let me go back in my chat here. I don't have my mods here yet. Let me see. Okay, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you want to be a moderator just for tonight for me? Oh, the incense I'm burning today is lavender again. If you could, because I don't see, Vinny and them, the normal ones that I do have, that you can just kind of keep a running tab of whose readings I'm doing them for. If it's somebody you have seen on the channel before asking for a free reading, no, sorry, you've had your one up, that's it. You have to start, making a donation to the channel and start supporting the channel. As a subscriber, do have responsibilities to kind of commit yourself to helping the channel. And I'm not saying you have to donate millions of dollars or anything like that. Like even $1 donations here and there, that's fine. I can't complain. But I do want to say that if you've had a reading before, and I remember your name, because either that or I'll check my logs as far as whether or not they have. But I'm not going to keep giving away free ones, and asking questions is kind of your one up. For like your general, you can come and ask yes or no questions. I'm not too big a deal of that one, but when you're asking for a full reading or even a partial reading to kind of get an idea as to what's going on in your life, those ones are definitely donation based. Okay, so if you want to just have like a yes or no question, then you can ask one question per show. I don't do more than one because then I'm being caught into somebody else's getting a reading and completion just by keep asking questions. It doesn't work that way either. You get your one question, yes or no, or I can pull one card. That's all. That's it. That's all you get. After that, you're kind of, there is a bit of an expectation to help support the channel. And I have no problem with it. And whenever you deposit, I'm willing to give you a free reading based on your donations as well. So it's benefiting both of us, right? So with that said and done, let me see who is first. Sorry, my chat is not live on here. Hang on, I have to go into onto my laptop. So I don't know, Leonarda. I think you're third. If I caught people in time. I know there was one person before you, and then there's two people before you, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's how they were showing themselves. But okay, so Elizabeth, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Where is it? Okay, I got to do it on my other screen. Give me 1 sec here, and then I'll get this set up for you here. No, okay, we want to close that. Mute that. Okay, so Elizabeth. Oh, okay, hang on. I'm just getting the wrench for you. We're turning you into a wrencher. Okay. Come on, open up. Oh, okay, one more try. Let's try to open this again. Yeah, I really appreciate it, Elizabeth. You know how it goes around here. You've been here long enough to know, if people question, have questions or anything while I'm doing my reading, that I'm not, where is it? Add moderator. Okay, so now you are, there you go, Elizabeth. Thank you very much, darling. I really appreciate you giving a helpful hand here. That's another thing people can do. You can work at beauty after you've been here for a while and you've subscribed and you've been watching the channel and stuff. I have no problem making moderators of people that spend their time here and I'll help donate their time to the channel. Also end up getting rewarded for their service here as well. So there's many different ways for you to earn free readings. If you don't want to do donations, you can become a moderator after hanging out with us for a bit. What kind of goes and what doesn't go. You'll be able to answer questions so I'm not being interrupted through the reading. And they just basically keep a running tab of who's been here. So it's all on record. So then I just take down the names for new ones that I did each one. Okay, so we are going to start with Renee, right? Was Renee or there was somebody before us? Before that, Elizabeth. Oh, okay, Sim Prate's here. Hi, Sim. Okay, so I think it was first was Renee M, right? Did I I believe I did one for you, Miss Renee. Let me see here. Where's my list here? Yeah, Renee M. We did one for you back on, I think it was the 28th. It was a Friday. If that's the same one that I did, because I do have the name Renee M written in my book. So if you've already had one, Renee M, you asked a question last time and you ended up getting the King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Hangman, Four of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. So you're dealing with somebody that's coming towards you as far as offering you new beginnings. But with you wanting to know more about this person, if they have the good intentions that they were offering you, you're becoming enlightened as to the energy that's coming towards you, and you're not really receptive of it. Because you go from a King of Cups down to a Four of Cups, so it's kind of like you're having to step out of the situation to look. Does this remind you of anything? So, I do have and I had mentioned to you that if you want to continue a private read, you can email me. That's why I wrote down every single card from the reading in itself. And that's what I do with people's readings. I write down the name, what cards came up, so that we can take a better insight into those cards when we meet, right? So I have you written down. Okay, so we'll have to go on to the next person. which is, I think, Leonarda. Oh, thank you. My picture, yeah, I bought that, I don't know, about 6 months ago. So we'll take you, Leonarda. I know you haven't had a reading. So hang on, let me just write this down. Okay, so Leonarda. Okay. Okay, so Leonarda, whatever question you want to ask, you can ask it before, or we can just pull cards and kind of see what needs to be, what's revealing itself within your spirit realm. It's totally your call. What cards you want to do? Also, we've got the Witch's Tarot, which is a very detailed tarot card set. We have the Animal Dreaming Oracle cards. They're more for when you're experiencing spirit animals or a repetition of animals that you're coming in your like this dimension. You're coming across a lot of, say, animals in your weekly. That can, maybe one of those animals will come through in the cards as well and give you some direction as well. I don't offer medical advice, right? Take that to a doctor. As far as my channel, I don't offer you a direct way to get there. You have to take the options and figure it out for yourself. That way, then I'm leaving that you're tethering into that energy on your own, not by what I'm creating for you. It's all taken in the cards, and then you resonate with whatever comes out in the cards. So we're gonna move on to Leonarda. Um, let's see. Yeah, she was a great woman. She did Christmas, and she would always do Christmas to the hilt, like top notch. Every year she would spend like 2 days decorating our house. With my help, I help with the tree part, but okay. So no, you aren't. Yeah, I've got your name written down for your day that you got that your first reading was done. That's what I do. I put a little bit of a note saying who I've read for, so that if it comes back a few weeks, and you haven't had one, then you're welcome to have another one on a donation base, or spend committing to the channel some help, right? So that's why I keep that written down. So we're gonna do one for Leonarda. Were you looking for anything specific, energy-wise, or were you just wanting an overall kind of reflection moment that shows you what you need to be reflecting on, or avenue you may be going down? To offer you direction and guidance. I don't give my theory is I'm not one that's going to make you go down paths. I'm not the kind that's going to say that you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm the one that'll give you the options and the information that's channeled that maybe you need to review or look at, right? So it usually just comes to the card, and I'm just a conduit. I don't have any interaction with the energy that you're creating between the cards and the connection between the two. It's just kind of like a temporary connection that I can like link you into that energy that you need to be linked into, and I do it from an outside source. I don't get into your energy vibe or anything, so it's between you and the cards 100%, right? So just to let you know. All right. Is L one of my angels? Okay, so you want to know who your spirit guides are, or your energies? Okay, I think we'll have to have some assistance with that part, because the names I don't get very clear, not until the cards come out. So we'll do that. Okay, so we want something for 10 of Cups. Wow, that was fast. Okay, so you're probably wanting to know a direction of where you wanted to be headed with your energy. All right. Okay, so oops. Okay, we're taking them. All right, so I'm going to try to make this a quick one, because it is more than what I asked for, but you always get more than what you ask for, and take what resonates for you. The overall card, I think we're heading to a 10, so you're realizing that the ends are here. You're understanding that, now's the time to be grateful for, 2019 being here now. You got a lot more to be happy about on a continual basis, so long as you're working your spirit direction in the right direction, right? I keep forgetting I'm not using that camera over there, sorry. So we got the 10 of Cups, so it's time of reflection and be great, and of showing your gratitude to Spirit for what he or she has provided to you. You felt like you were on it. You've been on this journey for a little while now, but the journey hasn't been an easy one. right? So you're still carrying on some residual energy from 2018 into 2019, but you have brought through, like with all these wands that he has, you have brought through the ones that are most important to you spiritually. So, but your journey is just beginning for this year. So off in the distance, the reward is going to be there after doing your spiritual work and energy, clearing of energy. That your goal that you're working towards will then come into a better view once you get some of this extra baggage off or weaned out, right? So that's what I see partially for you. But we do have the star card, like all your wishes you're trying to manifest through spirit, which are, there's quite a few of them that you need to maybe shed some light onto for spirit to spirit can better acclaim the distance or the direction it wants to send you, or which one to tackle first with the most easiest experience. And right now there's in the future, this is kind of like your future card. You're holding on to pentacles that you should be releasing possibly, and allowing it to be spiritual money is the way I see it. It's like a spiritual money bag that you're holding on to, and there's stuff in there that you have to go and achieve. You can't just sit place and think that this is all you want, this is all you need, because there's a lot more now that the new year is here. It's going to push you in a direction of movement. You can't just say that you're going to quit. You can't be a quitter in this now. You know what I mean? Just because you have just enough to get by, there's so much more being made available to you. Um, you know, the endings and the new beginnings. It's stuff that you should let go of. You don't need to hoard it because it's not going to go very far. It needs to go and be able to be manifested into a spiritual kind of thought, into an existence, and but holding on to stuff that doesn't serve you anymore is probably not in your best interest right now, right? You have a lot more to create, and you're only at the 4, and we go all the way up to the 10 of Pentacles, so you've got 6 more to go at least before you can finish out that energy. So whatever energy you're putting into this Pentacles has to have its opportunity to manifest and show itself and reveal itself to you. Even if you don't want to see it, it's going to get revealed to you regardless. You can hold on as tight as you want, but it's going to come to light, right? Either way. So you have to be prepared for what you're about to see, because some of these things might be hard to see, they might be hard to hear, and I don't sugarcoat for anybody. I don't sit there and I don't play favorites. I don't um, I don't hand a sugar coated candy with the bullshit sugar coated. You know what I mean? Like, I won't do that to you. I give you the ups and the downs, direction to and from, and then you have to decide where you want to go yourself. Your path is your path to take. I just give you options and maybe stuff that you didn't see before, right? Right here. And remember to look after yourself. Number one, be aware of what's going on in your life, right? So if that helps. Is L one of my angels? I don't know who L would be at this point. I'd have to draw my goddess cards and find out what energy you can focus your energy on to find that out. But you have been working in a more spiritual sense this year, so you don't have to hold on to stuff that isn't serving you. You have to kind of let loosen your grip a bit on your reality and allow it to be part of your existence, right? That there's a lot more coming towards you than what this one pentacle is worth to you. There's a lot more that is going to be released to you, but you have to release it so that more can come in. Okay, you can't just because the memory, or there's a memory tied to it, or an existence is tied to that. But if you can't let go to let new in, you're just going to stay in a solitary spot. You're not going to have any movement. You're not going to have any direction given if you're not willing to open up, towards what is, just because it looks pretty doesn't mean that you can't keep it. You still keep it. You file it away. Work on the five of Pentacles. There's the next move to make, right? So you have to be moving at all times, spiritually and non-spiritually. Physical, non-physical still has to keep moving in your life, right? You can't just stop because you've gotten what you wanted and that's all you needed, because there's a lot more in store for you, right? But you never knew that up until now. So that's just, your direction that Spirit wants you to go in, and just let it go and let it be, and it'll manifest into more if you want it to be a positive experience. But right now you're purposely staying stale because you want to keep this, and you're scared that it's going to be a loss if you let it go. But if you let it go, it's going to create more, right? You know what I mean? It's like a relationship. If you're holding on too tight to a relationship, you're going to suffocate the person, and they're just going to walk out. You know what I mean? So let go, loosen the reins a bit on what you're wanting to manifest, because you know, being in total control of whatever you're creating can either have its benefits or it can have its downfalls depending on which way you're going with it, right? So always be aware of that. That's what, you know, Spirit wants you to know. You don't have to fear it. You can let go of, you know, experiences. Everything you've brought to the table so far in your life, you don't have to hold on to all of it. If you want to hold on to certain things, then you can hold on to them, but you also have to file it away so you can be open to other gifts that the universe has to give you, right? And that's kind of a guy sitting on the doorstep. He's got what he wants. He's got his home. He's got everything he needs. So he thought. So he thought he had everything he needs. But there's so much more to be given, and you can't just stop because you've got, you know, your life. It seems like it's completed with everything you need. There's going to be something that's going to pop up, and and then you're going to say, "Oh, I could use one of those. I could use one of those," you know. Or it could be a person bringing you more gifts spiritually that you're not opening your heart to, right? So there's a lot of closed offness energy that, you know, you're trying to do it on your own. You're trying to go it alone, and you don't have to go it alone. There's a lot of supports willing to be happening for you to balance the energy for you as well. You know, that's what, you know, we're here for, right? Is to help one another, pay it forward when we can, you know, and just be balanced in our own energy, right? So, you know, if you're balancing your life on a greed or an ego based experience, you'll get exactly what you put out. If you're only going to stop at the pinnacles, your finances may take a standstill too, you know, because you're not opening to the advice of the universe to let, you know, certain things be put away and let for new ones to experience new adventures, right? So that's one thing you should look at. If you don't know how to save things, like you have you know, like you really don't like saving or holding on to things, it's showing me that you've got a lot that you're holding on to, and that you should let some of it go, like, you know, you're choking it to death, and allowing it to breathe, right? So it's like a human being. If you hold on to them too tight, you squish them, you know, you suck the life out of them, right? So it's just common sense there in regards to that, you know. And then you'll see the Ten of Cups needs to reveal itself, but you're holding and you're blocking these experiences with your cups, with anything you do, right? With anything you're doing, you're blocking it and not allowing it to manifest in your life, which, you know, you should at least give it the opportunity to prove itself to you in your daily activities, or, you know, people that you interact with. You must let it kind of reveal itself to show you that there is possibility for more growth, right? Don't just stop because you thought you had enough. You know, I would always be into it to get more, right? More experiences, more spirituality from it, you know. You know, it could be even relating to an ex-love that, you know, you just can't move forward without them, that you could have just currently went through the breakup of a lifetime. You don't want to let go because you'll lose them, is what you'll say. It was what you're thinking. But holding on to it, it's not healthy either, right? So that's what it could be in regards. You're holding on too tight to a relationship that, you know, needs to expand, needs to grow, for you to have a better experience with it. Allowing your relationships to go up to the next level, whether it be an intimate or, you know, even a friendship based one. Um, you know, but I do see that, you know, there are things coming up. Who's to say what's going to happen? But just for that, you got to learn to let go and let things breathe. Give them a chance to grow instead of, you know, picking it because it's there, right? Okay. So to go from zero to hero in 2.2 seconds, or, you know, 5 minutes from now, you know, you have more information that, you know, the direction that you want to go in within like 7 minutes that I've been reading for you. So there you go. So that's what you should be looking forward to. If there's anything else, um, I didn't get any angel names coming through, even on my spirit box. Okay, so we're gonna find out who L is. Okay, hang on one sec. We're gonna find out who L is. I'm gonna turn on my spirit box and see if we come up with an answer for L. Leonardo wants to know if L, the initial L, has anything to do with her spirit guides. Okay, so there is a relationship between you and L. It said that there is a cord, which means when they say cord, it's your connection to that person is there. Okay, so the cord that you have extended to have L as one of your angels, there is a cord that's attached the two of you together, so so that she can communicate with you. So, you know, L is definitely bound to you. Okay, so she's connected with you. So, you know, by that invisible cord that nobody can see, but there is one within the spirit realm to the physical realm, right? No, it's a man. Okay, well, I don't know. It's a man or woman, whichever. You know, they have no actual gender on the other side. Really, they don't. You know, so it's kind of like, you know, how do you explain? They'll reveal themselves for whatever is best to hear the message, whether it's female or male. It all depends on what your interpretation is of, you know, your connection. I'm just answering the question for you. Right, so yeah, we're just messengers. We don't do anything but serve the messages. You know, so if you know your energy, who's is okay. I just heard, "Hey, mom." So there's somebody's child on the other side that is trying to get a message to her mom, which is bizarre. I was talking about this earlier with one of my readings. Okay. So is there anybody that? My enemy. Okay. A little round will break into this. For the stage. I can ask L if there's any messages that you want to. I know it's really active. That's what I was saying. Even when I was doing a reading before with a friend, with one of the people, the subscribers, it was the same thing. It's very active. It was not like this because I took a few days off, well, a few months of not using it, and it was dead. Like it was dead quiet for about, I don't know. It must have been about a week or two before all the energy started coming back and connecting again. Right, so it took about 2 months to get them back in, you know, into the connection mode with me, but I had to take a break because it was getting to be a little bit weird, so I had to take a step away from it for a while. Okay. So we have it's giving words. Oh, Johnny. Oh, hang on one second. This doesn't relate to anybody here. Energies. Johnny went for a bike ride to go and see a friend of his. He should be back shortly, so he'll be back to be able to talk to you guys as well. Okay. That's my partner's name is Johnny. That's what they call him. They call him. So his guides are with us too as well, right? So there's a lot of energy around this house, and even earlier, my lights would flash. There was like, you know, energy pumping through here like there was no tomorrow. It was really weird, very crazy. But you know. I don't know how it's reflecting on your guys' side, but we had it. The flights going. The light was changing from different hues of yellow, like almost I had thrown filters on. Yeah, they do. You know, like they'll call me or they'll say my name, and I could be not paying attention, and they'll be like Karen or Johnny, because they want to communicate, right? They like to hang out with us and have a good chat and, you know, channel energy for people. So let's see here. Let's open this one. Warp. Yeah, it's a little warped kind of theory, but it works for us with the energies. A lot of people think it's like totally weird for what we're experiencing. It's warped. It'll warp your mind once you get to hear them a lot, right? That's cool. Did he have any message? I haven't asked, is L. Oh, there goes the light again. So there's probably a message going to be coming through for you, because usually when they transition into my little sanctuary area where they're allowed to remain on a spiritual level, but be able to live still here, but I can't physically touch them, but they are around, and that's how they send their messages. So we're going to find out what L is in the move zone, or what is he doing? Is there any messages for Leonarda E? She's looking for answers from L, her angel. So if you have any messages that you could send through via the oracles on that side, please feel free to. All right. So I usually give it a few minutes for them to actually literally, it seems like they go and locate this person. A dime. Okay. Do I have a dime? No, I don't. But I'll offer you a nickel. I'll give you a nickel. That's all I can do. I don't have anything smaller than that or bigger. So if that works. So a dime for my time. All right. Okay, so dime. Okay, that also could mean, are you seeing a lot of dimes lying around, or that you notice that you're getting more dimes? It helps to identify that this is the legitimate connection between you and the other person. Only you would know this information, and so would they, right? It is, and it's a place for me to communicate and put my like for them to actually have a physical vocal through this dimension, through this world, so it'll say words that they manage to filter into or connect with. That's why you hear like dime. You'll hear the actual other ones that words that want to come out if there's messages. Even the angels are continually talking. It may sound like they're talking in a different language, because they're communicating maybe for someone else as well, right? So it's almost like a little portal that we open to have spiritual work done. It's not dark magic or anything. They don't like dark magic. They don't like to deal with any demonic energies at all. So that's one thing that you will not have to see here. Whereas some people, they draw on that energy. I don't. So something about the sky. Was there something that happened in the sky recently for you? Or this should be, this could be something in correlation to your spirit as well. So nothing.
So then?
Okay, well, we'll let it play for a minute and see if there's anything that resonates with you.
I could.
I'll turn it up a bit.
I had to drive.
Over the gate.
Okay, so what is the messages?
Church now.
Oh.
Post
Our
town.
body, all these little. And thinking what it.
Okay.
Another one.
Or a square.
Appetite. No, I didn't even have anything. I don't have an appetite right now, you guys. I'm okay.
I have dinner rock.
And all manner of unlife.
So it might not be a connection that they're willing to have or share right now.
Gathered into the horse.
For those who prefer. You have that instinct.
Nice. Okay. Notice. Okay, so that's the other thing they like you to notice. When you're asking a question, and if there's no response, or there's like a long delay in the information, it means like basically they're thinking of how to best suit, if it's something that they can find an answer to on their side from being involved with so many different directions. They know whenever they don't make a sound for a few, like up to 30 seconds, usually means no, but they don't like to say no, right? They like to be of service, so usually that comes out as a no. Or the other way, they usually will give you the direction if it's in a positive manner, but they try to stay away from giving negative vibrations. So if you notice that, right? Okay, so maybe that's what is your. Oh, now they're asking. Okay, yeah, John should be here soon, and now you guys are spelling it right. Thank you very much, Spirit. I'm glad you actually noticed how the spelling of his name was. Okay, so they were just confirming the John that I'm with, and the other Johnny was not the right spelling, so they got the right spelling now. See, that's how easy and bizarre it gets for me here. They came up with Johnnny, and I said that he'd be back, but they came and spelt his name Jon now. They realized the mistake that they made, so they do have an opportunity to go back and change, certain things in the whole existence in the community. Right, so suit.
Marathon.
Oh yeah, I did a marathon. That was an interesting one. That night we ended up staying and holding on to the spirit box after that. That was okay. So he might be thinking, there. I know, like, there's four vocals that are my actual guides. I have like
Breathing
2 male
close,
and 2
John.
female that come and interact on regular basis. So if you hear different voices showing up than the 4 you currently are hearing, then usually that will come through as a message for someone that might be listening. But there's 2 extra voices I've heard already. No, I didn't eat yet. I have not eaten yet. Not yet today. I had a sandwich and that's about it.
Clairvoyant.
Yes, I'm clairvoyant. See, and they're just confirming the information. So in the meantime, I'm gonna have that play in the background. I'm gonna move on to the next reading, and see, just listen for words or things that happen, and let me know if anybody seems to come through it. Sometimes it takes a bit to get the answers that you need.
Venus
So.
to the right.
It's cool and it's creepy. I don't fear it. Like, so many people ask me, do you do any protection spells? Do you do any protection for yourself from the demonic energies? I don't enter in the demonic realm for the first part. Number 1, don't enter the demonic realm. Don't buy Ouija boards. Don't use black magic. Don't because when you bring back stuff from that, it has an effect on people up here, and I don't like when we have to deal with it from this side, watching people be possessed and all that. That doesn't float my boat. Does not float my boat. Okay, so the guys that you have here are very they are interactive, they do care, and they will tell you the honest to God truth whenever you ask a question. One second, I turn off my stove.
Kills.
Okay, so if there's a question as to a word that they wanted or that they have said, just put my name and highlight my name. Chills. See, they get chills too. See, so it's a connection that they experience the same from our side as they do on their side, right? Which is bizarre, but it works. So if you do have a question to ask about the afterlight box while I'm doing a reading, please put it like this. Right, so do it like that, and it should highlight my name, and then that way that I'm able to keep track of any questions that are going on. So if there is a question, just put my name in front, and then put yours underneath, like the message in the next line or whatever. However that works, I don't know how yet, but we're gonna work on that one. Leonardo, soul lover. Oh.
Pamphlet.
Okay, so I'm gonna get caught up here. Okay, so the next person you said was Maiden Madeline. Is it Madeline?
Ensure a better view.
Yeah, I can. Hang on. Except those other ones, they get really loud and they make me jump.
It seems to me.
Live according to using.
So that must.
Castles on the top of
Awkwardly over the gate.
of a rip
Kind of
groups.
Okay, we have a letter H.
And beef.
And if liquor.
H lesser. Okay. So you might also have an angel that has H,
And
an
only a
H
couple of
name,
them. Owners to
but
that
it's a
flight.
lesser of an
Matter
interaction
of
with
unlikely.
you. Okay, so I'm gonna get started with
Sitting on the
Madeline.
bench outside.
by reason of him.
Transparent.
That instinct, and that's what
Aim.
Aim. Okay. AIM. What is your aim?
And look them out.
Comes together.
It
And
will go to trial and
and realized that
Okay, so we're gonna get caught up. Okay, Madeline, we're gonna start your
to compare with our
your
own.
card.
conquer through it.
Hopefully you can hear me over top of the box.
Floor.
There's nothing on the floor. Didn't drop anything. No cards. Got them all.
legs with a switch.
Okay, so if Madeline is still here, then I'll start her reading. Okay. I hope so too. All right, let's see what messages that are coming through for Madeline. J. So messages from the other side, from archangels, angels, guides, and ancestors.
Also.
Creator. Yes, also.
But it was that had to be.
You know, what messages or direction is she kind of needing answers for today, for January 4th, 2018. So we'll pull one card, please, Spirit, for, let's see what's going
The
on
mind of
here.
the spirit.
The mind of the spirit, that's right, the mind of the spirit. Spirit is always in your mind. It never goes anywhere, really. Alright, so let's go, guys.
The order.
Where is the one card for Madeline that needs to focus our energy
Keeping
on?
great drafts of.
There we go. That's too many cards. Yeah, that's too many.
Look at the start.
Yeah, I'll take the
Stop
top
the drop.
three. I'll take the first three. There. And an outcome card. Alright, so put you back in the deck. You pop back out again, then we'll use you. Okay, so what I got was
There are petticoats on.
But whom he has
you're having a decision
On the
here
road.
that finally you might be pleasingly happy with. You've done a lot of manifestation. I turn this down just a bit. Sorry.
Why? All
up for us all.
yours.
Okay. You have the 501. So you're on a journey, a very rocky, very undecided, but you're trying to come to a conclusion. You're trying to get a conclusion in regards to
Set down at once.
as far as your spiritual energy. But the forces are with you. Like your guides and everything are fighting the battle with you. They're not fighting against you, right? So there's the battle that maybe it said overall energy was a tower moment for some people. I feel it's you getting more within your strength and actually having growth spiritually, that you're now being able to go down that path. Listen. Okay, I'm listening. So they're telling you to listen to this. That's basically what they're telling you. Is that you've been divided on your decisions here. You've kind of went like always splitting everything down the wrong path, and then you find out later on you didn't really have to switch anything. But I do see that the fork in the road that you're trying to contemplate is going to finally come together for you. So whatever it is that you're trying to manifest on this journey right now will come together. So maybe it's a project, maybe it's an experience with someone. It could be, your spirituality is taking kind of a back seat and it's not being acknowledged enough. But you're showing that, with that strength and your journey, that you're ready to take on whatever's coming towards you. You're suited and ready for a battle of a lifetime, but you don't have to actually get that upset. and get that too ahead of yourself, because you don't actually have to fight this battle from the physical realm. You have to fight it
On the
within
right.
spiritually. So it might be some emotions that are coming up that you're, some alter egos or alter people that just aren't grooving with you. That's causing a lot of conflict in your life, right? And
To be compared.
yeah, to be compared, and there's you standing there suited and ready to go because you've done so much spiritual fighting that it's an automatic you automatically go into that kind of energy mode, right? You get very defensive
Which they
easily.
call
You're protecting yourself more wisely. You're picking and choosing when to swing your sword and when not to. You have an eagle that's making flight, so it's not you're choosing either flight or fight energy with this one, and it's telling you don't need to fight anymore. You have guides and everything helping you and assisting you that you
So
can
that
call
must be the
upon,
wood.
right? Because you got the wand card, this little wand dude. And he's liking to be magical. The new experiences that he's experiencing now, and he's like, "Whoa, this is crazy! Like, what the heck? I didn't know I was signing up for this kind of
Over the
duty."
gate and enter.
That these things are going to be manifesting, and they're going to show up, and they're going to give you, like, you'll be in a state of shock every time you see them because you're new to this journey for yourself, right? And things are just going to seem like they're so surreal that they're not even real experiences, but they are happening. Okay, you're
Air was
experiencing them.
close.
You are going to kind of be almost like, and I hate to say it like this because it's such a mean way to say it, but I don't sugarcoat. It's like somebody giving you a dummy slap. Okay, like, wake up, like, this is for real. Okay,
Be in you.
right? It's like, wake up, you're dreaming again. Wake up, you're dreaming again. Stop dreaming and just put it into a reality. So your energies are going to be playing with you, trying to lighten your spirit, lighten the load for you, and help put you in a direction that's best suited for you. You're just going to be like, whoa, like this is not real. Like, walking up and buying a lottery ticket, scratch it, and you find out you're $1 million winner type thing, right? You get that experience, but no, really? Like, this is really happening? You've got to be kidding me. Like, you're in such shock that you don't even know what to say or do. Okay, you almost freeze in the moment, and you're like, that wasn't so bad. I can handle some more of those. It'll be a fresh new experiences for you, and that's what they said on the box was fresh. So Leonardo, I don't think there's going to be any messages coming through the spirit box for you. They're trying to focus their energy within the readings as well now, to be of assistance. But we also have the outcome card. Okay, and never be afraid of anything that's coming towards you. If there's something negative or bad coming towards you, I would definitely pick that up in the cards. But I think you're very in tune with yourself. You know what you can handle, what you don't need to handle. Just turn around and walk away. Like, turn your spirit away from whatever that is, or ask for a spirit guide energy to come in and help protect you, right? You can ask and say a prayer to your angels. Ask them for guidance as well, right? And then your signs will start showing up in the oddest ways that you can ever imagine, right? So your outcome card for this week is the Emperor, the man that watches over you. That's the masculine energy, taking and making sure everything is being done in the utmost, positive fashion, and how it should be done, right? He's keeping an eye on it, right? So okay, so the one thing to deal when you're dealing with energy from the past is acknowledging it. If it's something that you feel that you would rather work through first before you start building a stronger foundation, probably is a good choice of things. You have people looking out for you to be able to do that, support you. To apply in a foundation. And how you do that is you really have to, like, for my experiences, how I did it, and I started building and I've stripped myself raw, like, numerous times, over and over again, to get it right. And don't beat yourself up if things don't go as planned or work out right away, because it's a lesson that you're learning how to build a strong foundation, learning to pick and choose who's worthy to stay with you, like, in your connections, but there's going to be ones that you're going to have to let go. So it's best to go through this kind of like your suitcase, as I always call it. Open your suitcase and go through what you need and what you don't need, that you can just discard of, or you can give to someone else, pay it forward to someone else. That experience that you had, maybe there's advice you can offer to somebody else that you're holding on to that's not going to do any serve good if it's lying in a suitcase, kind of thing, right? But you don't have to fear it. They're not going to harm you. It gets really bizarre. if you like people that open their third eye, especially without experienced person being there to help you, definitely don't do it. I did it, and I was seeing like demonic energies and everything, and things went
Drove
for
by,
a goddamn.
Why did
I was like living in the middle of a tornado with every
That's my
energy you could
direction.
possibly put me into, right? And I walked through it all and came out the other side a lot stronger, like forged in fire, like a sword is forged in fire numerous times. Like they say in the Bible, only cleansing by fire. That can be
struggling
like your
and
spiritual
pray
death,
for
right?
it?
You can be cleansing and coming out every time. You light a match, poof, everything kind of goes, for a shit show. But pulling on your internal energy for the cleansing moments, and call on your guys to protect you for the time being until you can work through a lot of them, because demonic energy can manifest itself, and you will see it. No word of a lie. I've heard people's stories, and I've experienced myself. For the 4 years of my awakening, I spent literally kneeling on the ground asking for God's protection because they were so in my face. But it's because my past life, I ended up,
Sword.
and this is no word of a lie. I'll show you pictures of it. Where I have been followed all my life by demonic energies in mirrors, especially. I don't know why. They come through that way, but the pictures will show you, and it is a creepy picture to look at. And
Everyday
I'm
clothes.
trying. I have to get it uploaded. I have to put them on my scanner and try to upload them. But there's demonic energies revealing themselves in mirrors. There's ornaments on my grandma's shelf that she has as her mantle, and then in the mirror between it, there was a demonic energy. Over by the other dark panel of my grandmother's mirror is like super dark, and in the corner, you can just make out the demonic energy showing its face. But behind him, I saw Jesus Christ. Right, so I don't know what the correlation was with that. But it made me a stronger person, knowing that I can be more powerful than the demonic energy, and I've had to beat them, literally, spiritually, right? So I'm not scared of them, and they know that's why I do not that I don't want to interact with them, because hey, a little bit of evil once in a while might do this. Oh, no evil! Did you see that? Sorry, bad mistake. I should not have said that. Being involved with demonic energies, when it's trying to cause harm or disrupt your life, it's best to just tell it to go away. You'll come into a neutral zone through meditation and discuss the matter. Do not allow them just to walk in, like have walk-in power. They're not allowed in my realm. They sneak in, and then they think they've got one up on me, but then I have all my oracles, all my angels, escorting them out. And witches, yeah, right.
Your side if I keep
Okay, so I'm just gonna read your comments here for a quick sec here. I'm not sure what you were mentioning. It's kind of, I would really wish we should do just a live-in call-in. Maybe I should put that up, and you guys can phone in, and then it's a better, more direct connection. It's easier for me to keep moving forward. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this is for Madeline. Anybody else calls, I'll block your number. This is for Madeline to make use of.
That's the money needed.
I see what
I need to open. Okay, so that's gonna change that. Okay. Hang on. Okay, so I just gotta open it up first, but it's a lot more fun that way because you actually hear the messages better. But you've got the Emperor looking over top of you, so you have strength on the spiritual side that's looking after you. And the Page of Wine is don't be naive when you're dealing with people. You can pretend to be naive to kind of get a feel for the person. Play kind of like, like a dumb blonde. No, I'm not meaning this, in any means disrespectful, but play the dumb blonde kind of naive child-like energy. If you need to get more information from that source that's coming forward to you. Don't give up your position to anybody spiritually before you actually achieve it, because that could call out a lot more stronger energies that you may not be ready for or ready to deal with. Just learning how to start using your wands right within the spiritual purpose. So that's stuff that you have to really kind of sit back and mostly look after yourself and keep a close idea of what's going on in your life, right? So that's what I'm seeing for that one. You can either email me at shamanemmy333@gmail.com, and I can kind of go a little bit more over what you can do to prevent it. That maybe needs a bit more specific of a casting spell or protection.
What time to ask anyone?
you know,
Find the flash.
Great time to
There's
ask
more than
anyone.
one.
There you go. See? Great time to tell anyone. So yeah, so they're giving me, the bum's rush here. Oh, government. Oh, we don't even want to talk about the government. We don't like the government here.
Go?
Go?
God, spirit.
Go, government, go.
Himself ready.
But yeah, email me. I can go, so I have time to get to some other people to do their readings as well tonight. But you can email me and I can kind of maybe send you some direction on that via my spell books that I have. But I am using my Android phone, so I don't really want to lose the connection here. But I do have access to that information to make it, if it's something that you want to work a little bit of white magic with yourself. I don't give out black magic or casting spells to cause harm against another human being, animal, or place. You won't get those from me. And if you try to maneuver me into a situation like that, it will 100% backfire if that's what your intention is. Okay, just a heads up. I don't take kindly to it. I really don't. You can ask the energies. I don't put up with any bullshit. Right?
The road was dead.
So yeah. So if you want to email me, we can discuss, other details or maybe a little bit finer information, just to get you kind of on the road going and moving in a positive direction. I can assist you for one of
For
those.
as many as
It's not nothing major. It's not going to be something that's going to come out and scare you out of your pants type thing. It's just going to be there to coax you into understanding how spirit and physical realm correlate with each other in a more directive place, right? And I think that's where a lot of people are failing, is because they're not understanding when they cross over, they become a spirit energy and they get kind of thrown into the pool where everybody else is, right? So you just have to deal with some of the stuff that does come up. And I'm going to give you a heads up that some of that stuff that you start bringing up that you haven't looked at in a long time, it's best to basically start journaling about it, or confiding in your partner. Say, I'm going through this experience. Can you please be as supportive, or find somebody like myself or another person that does a lot of spiritual work to help guide you through the pathways, because sometimes they get really rocky and very scary with a lot of the energy that's residual, that doesn't want to leave, that you possibly could have attached on a previous life and you brought into this existence without knowing, right? So without knowing, it's a lot easier actually to cut the cord. Use water. Water is a big thing that spirit cannot cross. So what I do at night, I usually try to go to sleep with a liquid beside my bed, because they can't cross liquid. I don't know, it's a barrier for them. They can't cross it. So you can have like a glass of juice sitting by your nightstand, or if you're having like really intense dreams, like demonic or very chaotic dreams, put a glass of water by your bed, and always keep a fresh glass there, while you're sleeping there, and it'll help with keeping them at bay. Right, so that's what I learned. Do you know a Sandy, or anybody on the chat right now know of a Sandy? The name Sandy's coming through. This could be somebody's guide, or it could be a person that somebody knows. So just email me. Feel free to email me. I can send you some pointers or a few ideas that might work. If you're suffering from severe possession, which a lot of people don't realize it can happen when you open your third eye, because there's a lot of attachment. Once you're like free and clear for them to attach, like you've opened up the biggest portal to attach to, that nobody even has the ability to reach shut, even if they try. They can monitor it, they can keep it so that it doesn't get too intense, but dealing with it as it hits, as they come up, is the best way, so that they don't gain too much power while they're here. Okay, so get rid of them as soon as they walk in. Walk them back right out and say, no, I'm not dealing with you. That's not the energy I want. So be gone with you. So mote it be, so mote it be, so mote it be. And always say, so mote it be, after you're dealing with them, because
Astonished clerk read
and they're blowing their tubas and everything for the right answer type thing. And keep yourself guarded when you're doing any work, when you're having them reveal themselves in your realm. This could be through your dreams, having demons or whatever.
You are called.
Always, you can even call on them even when you're sleeping. So if you call on the angel, but make sure that it is for a serious matter, that there is a lot of demonic energy around you in a dream, call on an angel. You can do that anytime, just to be protecting of yourself, because you're at an open space when you're sleeping. You're not in control of your physical self. You're not in control of your spiritual self. It's almost like it's been divided. So you're half the power that you used to be when you're dreaming. So that's probably why things manifest so more intensely with the demonic. If that's energy that's being manifested
he
from
has
inside
called.
you, that you're being able to bring that out. And sometimes it's safer to do it within dream state as well. Even though it scares the pants out of you, you'll wake up out of it. You'll snap out of it just like that if you ask yourself to. Go to sleep. You tell yourself, I want to have, what kind of experiences you want to have, or understandings for different things,
For
and
corners.
you will end up meeting your guide even in dream state as well. I have like a few of them that I didn't know were my guardians at the time, but I don't even dream anymore because dreams don't need to give me anything that I don't already know. Right? It's like I cancel one for the other. Right? So I cancel my oracle gifts. Hippity hop. See, hippity hop. Let's get at it. Divided is what they expect you to do. They want to divide you, but they don't. They can't if you don't allow them an inch to get in. Right. So really work on that dark energy is a big thing. To divide you, you're weaker. Right. Don't let them attack you when you're at your weakest state. Right. Always be in tune with yourself when you go to sleep, when you're waking up for the day. If you have dreams, write them down and send me them. I could maybe do a dream interpretation or energy interpretation as to what was trying to come through from the other side, or whatever messages your subconscious is unlocking for you to be able to use. Right. I don't have any recollection of my dreams anymore, and that's been since last year. I get the odd one here and there, but last year I used to dream every night, and ever since I kind of had that experience of going, feeling like I was dead in a coffin and being brought into a dark void, and them showing me where I should be focusing my energy on, which is my children, their priority as well, and they're going through their own things that are kind of freaking them out, arguing in a lot of battle going on between the two sisters, not being on the same page, and that was ever since that I haven't really dreamt anything that is worthwhile of remembering. Let's just say that much. There isn't really anything that I can't. How do you say? I can't. I can break through everything. I can break the code on my dreams. I can break the code on my life. I can break the code on my subconscious at any given time. And that took me 5 years to get to that state. A lot of meditation, a lot of growth, a lot of channeling. Yeah, it indicates everything for itself, right? So I just stopped dreaming.
So I guess
Right. I have a different way of dealing with things now. Like I've been advanced into my more healer energy. If I need to, the void. We went to the void. If I need to interact with myself or my subconscious, then I'll request it. But it is, it's very different. It is definitely very different. The void that I did go to was dark. There was an energy standing over top of me, but it didn't manifest into anything. But it pointed, it basically telepathically said, look at the wheels, look at the portholes, look what's down below, what you need to be looking at. And it always showed my son has his arms folded like this, and he's standing with his back to his sisters. He doesn't want nothing to do with it. He's being stubborn as all hell, which he doesn't understand what I do now.
That is.
Doing this kind of stuff. He doesn't, believe in anything spiritual. He's not a very spiritual. He was never raised spiritual, so he's more of an atheist type energy. Whereas my eldest girl, she understands a bit of it, like horoscopes and stuff, but she doesn't believe in that either. She's not, because they're made for so many people to be so general that it's hard to really believe in any of it. Right? So, and numbers are a big thing for me. Sequences of numbers. How they correlate with everything. I can pull. I can go and play like a lottery game and pick 5 numbers and actually get the 5 numbers right in that, like a $500 draw. I've done a couple times already, but I haven't been tuning into them lately. I don't. I have been trying to walk away from. I don't want to get a gambling habit, serious gambling habit, or something going on crazy, right? That I can't get myself out of, right? So I always have to put the brakes on every once in a while with everything that I do. Don't overdo it, So yeah, that's a bit about how I deal with certain avenues in my life, right? Yeah, it is. When the first experience I ever had, when I started my spiritual awakening, I started meditating. I had done meditation
it's
now
fun
for about,
on.
I don't know, it was maybe 2 or 3 months, and I started like going deeper than into the more advanced skill kind of aspect, which I wouldn't recommend but I would recommend to anybody if you want to keep your sanity, because that'll send you right to the loony bin. But
Sound
I was laying
important
on my
business.
couch and I was doing a
Or
meditation. It was around
liberation.
Halloween. I think it was Halloween night, because I said to these kids, I said, "Oh, go up the street. You'll be able to get lots of candy from them. Go across the street. That store over there. They'll give you lots and lots of candy for your candy bags." And they kind of looked at me like, "Huh?" And I had just come out of
I'm
a
saying that I
meditation
think
where there was a blue orb
development.
in one of my dream catchers that was sitting in a blue and white dream catcher, and I had the second hoop coming down, but it sat inside. It manifested in that dream, to make catch the dream still, right? Keep living your dream and do everything, and it's fun. He
You're going
literally
to.
Jesus
manifested,
Christ.
and then I sat down and I wrote numbers out for the lottery. For some reason, it told me to write certain numbers. So what I did was I wrote the numbers on paper. I picked them on a lottery card, and no word of a lie, every number was either. So if I picked, say, 34, it
It
was
hardly
33 or
fails, yeah.
35.
Brother,
It was always
that's-
just one number opposite either side when I picked the numbers. And I picked 6 numbers, and they were off by one digit each side. Each number was off by one. So if it came up 36, I would have picked 35. If it came up 42, I picked 43.
Is the
You know what I
card
mean?
gonna
Like,
be
that's
enough?
how close I came to
Wasn't
getting
that
all
my
6 numbers
violation?
for the 649
He's
lottery
having
draw
from one.
at Halloween. So, you know. It's an experience if you know how to manifest things happening in your life, and it's a great journey to be on
Ordinance
when
survey
things
map.
start
has one.
being more positive and more open and exciting, right? That's where we start to get, kind of getting mundane in our life that we need to experience on something different level, right? Yeah, so like yesterday, there was a lady that had a video going yesterday, and it had said
Either
2018, and then it was um, 2018, and then it was 208 or 18 that she'd put. So it was 218 on like the length of her video, and she posted it yesterday saying that, can you see how the correlation works
All
with you see
veterans
the
of-
numbers, right? If you can actually be a seer, the signs will be given to you for you to see, right? When you're ready to receive that sight, that source will give it to you, right? So make sure if you're going to deal with dealing in that level of spirituality, that you are definitely prepared for it. You have an understanding of it completely before you jump in with both boots, like, because you might as well put cement boots on, because once you enter that side, you can't come back to being normal ever. It doesn't go back. You can't just say, I wish to go back. It's not like a Cinderella story where you can say, I just want to go back to the way things were. You can't. You enter that, you start working that spiritual path. You can either take the good or take the bad, or you take both, so you find the balance to get you through the middle. You know what I mean? So you have to really be ready for it, for that transformation into that level of knowing. Is very, very, very dangerous if you're not with the right person or having the right guide, right? You can't just be a kite flowing in the middle of the air going wherever, right? You have to have somebody in control, so you don't kind of blow off into wherever, kind of. It keeps you grounded and keeps you tethered in this physical space, right? Yeah, so that's that. I don't know if anybody else is needing a reading. I have to open up my other window.
Or a better view from there.
All right. So who's here now? Okay. So many people say this, but a burnt child.
Or that could allow
So what is
nothing
that? What do
to
you
interfere
mean?
with it.
So many people say this. Bring back something from my past.
Something strange, man.
Connection, should I dare? I wouldn't be bringing anything from back in the past. You don't need it. So what do you mean? So many people say this, but a burnt child?
The body is dead.
Why would you talk about a burnt child? Shies the fire. What is that? A typo there or something?
Shall quicken your.
What did you mean, burnt child? Choose the fire? So what did you mean by that, Madeline?
To die.
No, I'll do so. Thank you very much. Interesting. Okay, so I want to know about that comment. Why that child something to fire?
And that was all he knew.
To those
Nice.
It's all about intention. No, I'm just kind of concerned about that comment there. Like I just caught it.
Of starting, that I have.
son.
It's raining on
Okay,
it.
so
Oh, young Harry must.
yeah, so I'm not too sure what you meant by that. Nothing to be concerned about. Well, if it's considering it's the word child and fires, I am going to be concerned about it.
Ken said.
Or with them.
You know, that's kind of cause for to stop and figure out what you meant by that. So there's clarity. You know what I mean? Like if it was a typo, then say it was a typo, so I can release myself from the experience that I'm having with that. And kind of the whole sentence just does not sit right with me. So if you could clarify that to me, that would be great. Okay. So if you could just kind of clarify that comment, that would be great.
Sentence without.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, it just had the word child in there, so I just need to know if it was like a clarification or, something that was a mistype. Okay. That's fine. I get it now. Yeah. But, you have to just kind of, seriously. No, I get it now. No worries. I understand it now.
Or I had to
Cautious.
drink
Okay.
up.
That's all I needed. I just had to, because when that kind of thing happens, it kind of, puts me in a spot where I'm like, okay, what's going on here, right? Especially on YouTube, you don't know what people's intentions are or the actual meaning. Somebody could really read into that. If there wasn't a clarification later on in the chat that children are being caught in fires or something, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound all that kind of good things. So, but thanks, I really appreciate the clarification. Now I don't have to worry. Okay, so yeah, so there's another female coming through. Yes, I thought I was kind of getting a little worried there, Elizabeth. I wasn't liking what I saw, but I understand it now. So well, I'm glad we
Regulated.
at least we got it figured out. They're laughing about it too, so everybody's chilling about it. That's good. That's the way we want it. We want happy vibes. Yeah, so who was after Madeline? Oh, you wanted to ask about your job or something. Sorry, I get sidetracked really.
Work together.
Yeah, we work together. Everybody works together here. So there was something about a job or something you were questioning about. I'm trying to see if I can scroll back up here a bit.
Fancy that I done.
Brethren.
Okay, it's not right. I'd really like to apply. Okay, so I went too far. Okay, so I know you're asking. I think it was about a job or something like that.
Simple style of the.
Oh, that's not the same.
Okay, I'm trying to find your question here. Okay, so one second. It's scrolling too fast for me. Who?
The trees has mixed.
Who? That was a big who. Who what? You're not allowed to who what me. Okay.
It is God who just.
Yeah, she could get it to type it again. I'm just trying to find it, and I'm not having much luck. I gotta feed my cats. Yeah, so if you could retype it, then I'll pull one card on it. I think it was something about employment or something you were asking about. I just do it based on the voice. There's like 6 voices that do come through.
Exactly.
All right, you guys can
Or
chill out with the
distract.
powers. Come on, no fucking with my lights
What
tonight.
spurs upon
Basically, I get used to them after hearing them interact in certain ways. Like they all have personality. Like one will sound one like the female voice that you hear a lot of.
And
She's
yeah,
this one there, that one there. She's a how do you say? She's a permanent postmark in my spiritual realm. She's one of my spiritual breeders for spirit, right? She's one of the channels that I rely on. Then the other one that comes in usually with her, they sound together. They're communicating on the same level. So there's usually the two,
sunshine.
that one there, right there, the one that just said sunshine. He is another permanent post in my relation. They've been placed there because the other ones did their dues, paid their dues, and paid their back to spirit. So they got to challenge themselves out into the new dimensional wherever they're going. They
But there
did
was
their
an
time
entitlement.
kind of thing that
They were creation.
yeah, and we have celebration times where they're doing their thing and working forward to being a more honorable spirit guide that you have to put in a little bit extra time to transition
it takes
through.
a lot
Of life.
See, and it takes a lot of life lessons.
Of
It's
course, you'd imagine.
so that's the experiences that we're supposed to be opening ourselves up to with caution. So you want to know about the job. So question, should I apply for the job with the professional development or should I apply for the
So, speaking of,
foundation? Would something work out? Okay. I wonder if we should do a pendulum reading on this one. I like the yes and no questions for those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the pendulum. We're going to get the pendulum working today.
he has it.
And the dark, the guy you sound that kind of sounds a little bit further back. He's a really cool chit. He's really cool. He's very straightforward, to the point, blunt, and sometimes it's a little bit of a bitter pill to swallow when he comes through. But he he gets his point across quite well, right? So I'm going to pull out the pendulum for you. You're getting a bonus read. You're the lucky one tonight, didn't you? You scored big. Just getting me going here. Okay, so here's the pendulum that I use. I'm gonna move this camera down here. Just hang on a sec, guys. Okay, hang on. I need 1 sec here. I just gotta grab that
Switch and sweet.
Okay, that way then I can have it closer to you to be able to see it. Okay. Oops. Get up there.
about these two.
Okay. So we're gonna turn the camera backwards.
And
How
it's
do we
got
do
the
it?
hole.
Okay, so here's the pendulum. Here's my pendulum. This way then you guys can see it better, more up close. Okay, so now I just gotta make sure, clarify with my pendulum before we start. Are you ready to do readings today, pendulum?
Yeah.
Aye.
All right. Can I get a no, pendulum?
On my way. Hint out sentences.
Can I get a yes, pendulum?
Creation.
So you're tuned in, pendulum, right?
For ye have not.
Okay, so it's tuned in.
Piled up
Okay.
energies.
The no is this way, and forward and back is yes. Okay. So and then circular this way, counterclockwise is rephrase the question, and the other way is
Both
to
being the same.
clarify with more information. Okay, so just so you guys know when you're looking at it. All right, pendulum. So Madeline would like to know if she should apply for the job with a professional development.
Or which hat.
There's a
Where's the rest of them among
Or should she apply for the foundation? Job with a foundation or job with a development?
I was English. He,
John?
So a development foundation?
that
what about
The shame.
for the professional development is a better
Paddle
avenue?
before the wind.
Which would suit her best, the first one or the second one? The first one?
Tea campaign.
Personal development
Yeah.
company? Okay. So it's telling you, it's giving you a yes for both. I think right now you have a chance to take advantage of both. You have the skill set to take both of the
Behind you, grass.
jobs, so it wouldn't hurt to apply for both of them. It's giving you a clear go ahead with both, and see what comes of them. Like nothing's stopping you from applying at both places. You know, is there any conflicts with her getting a job with the foundation? Will there be any problems or difficulties facing her if she takes a job with the social or physical professional development company? Will there be any conflicts if she applies for the foundation?
Or after rushing to this.
Keeping a sharp eye.
So you might run into a bit of challenges when you're applying for the foundation. We're getting like awesome yeses for the actual professional development.
They seemed to.
Abba. Bob.
You know, so
Okay.
will at the end of the day, will Madeline J make the right decision for what company she wants to work for?
Each side of them.
So that's a yes. It's going backwards and forward. That you'll apply for both of them and see which one ends up, getting back towards you. And there you go. There's getting a strong yes right there. The more I talk about the foundation, is not the one that you should actually go for. I think that you should go for the, and you can, I'll put it this way so you can see better. So I have so we're all in this together. So that you can actually choose from which one is going to be more beneficial in the long run. If one has better chances, like to be able to advance further in the department or whatever, where there's more advancement, it's going to give you challenges throughout your time. I think is the one that you should probably go with that keeps you challenging, keeping the direction and everything flowing in a positive manner. Right, so I think that whatever one actually because things happen to people, situations change. Like we don't have a perfect timeline for anything we do, right? But apply for both of them and see which one offers the better employment package. For whichever you have the two. Now it doesn't hurt you to apply in both, right? So yeah. Okay, so that's probably why when I asked it, will there be conflicts with working for the foundation, and it automatically was still doing a yes. So I don't know if you haven't caught that while I was doing it, but yeah, it's not looking good for the foundation. I would go with the professional development company. That might be a better, a new start, new beginning, instead of, kind of dragging on with a company that you've already had an experience with. You just want to drop it and leave it at that, right? So maybe open up different avenues for yourself. So I think personally, the personal development is a good choice. But if it's not the only choice, keep your options open, and go for things that that you can, either offers advancement for you, because I think that you are the type of person that likes to have a challenge in their workplace. Not conflict, but a challenge when you're trying to do
Who would be evicted from
going in a direction where you're not having to deal with drama and all the extra camaraderie that comes with working with certain people, right? That your advancement is important to you. Being able to have the challenges and work to a higher goal within employment is something that maybe your energy would probably do better at. There might be a different avenue or advancement. I always say avenue, but advancement purpose that'll best suit your experience, right? Here's me with my little glasses here. My hair's all flat today. Oh well, I had a good day. I had a really good day. I got a chance to do a reading for a lady today, and just amazing, absolutely amazing energy. And I'm very grateful for being able to help her and
Here is
direct
this.
her and help her kind of work her path as well and be there for guidance and a little bit of advice here and there never hurt. So, Scorp, where are you? I saw Elizabeth saying hi. I think Scorp's mad because I didn't make her a
And
moderator.
as we drove,
I'm kidding. Challenges aren't my concern, but I'm afraid of lies and problems with my last workplace. So then, just cut the cord on that one. Just don't even get yourself involved in it. If it's going to cause you stress, even though that the companies are two different ones, but it's going to carry through and cause problems like spiritually and just make your whole experience kind of I would suggest just cut the cord, work in a forward direction, apply, um, you know, um, with the company that you're going to have less, controversial things popping up, whether it be lies, whatever they want to conjure up for the sake of entertainment purposes. You know what I mean? Just go for the one that you have less headache, less stress. You probably thank yourself later on that you did. Maybe there's a different
we
advancement, or
failed
maybe
to
they
have
end up,
some.
having a better suited, employment kind of turnover. Do your information on. Go and Google the actual company name and check into them and see what kind of reviews that they get, or you just Google the name and go and do your homework as far as you know what you're walking into at any given time. You're not kind of being led there blindsided, and then next thing you know, you get the job and you don't know anything about what happened. Blah blah blah. You want to be knowing your information about companies that you want to work for, if they're for the better good or situations, right?
Like survey maps.
Like survey, like you're just like doing little mini surveys on on these companies that you're going to apply for, if they're going to be a good fit in your life or where you are at your current state of affairs, right? So that's another thing that maybe you should I would let class work see.
Pipeline and refinement.
You don't want to be having a stressful job, be looking over your shoulder, having to worry about drama, when you're not being able to focus on your job. It doesn't set a very good rapport with the companies that maybe that you're with. If you don't like your job there, I would definitely change it. If it's taking too much, it's in your best interest to look for the other avenues that are better for you to have a positive experience from. And never say no. Don't take the first offer that comes. Right? You never know. Businesses like that are big corporations and stuff will end up, if you're a valuable employee that they want, they'll let you know. They'll keep coming back and seeing that you're working for companies, and on your resume it'll show certain companies that you've worked for, and corporate companies know a lot about other ones. So they've done their homework on each company that they have what do they say interactions with, you know what I mean. So what works for you, feels comfortable for you. It's like, when you do a reading, you go to the one that's going to work and resonate the most information for your benefit, right?
Foliage.
Nobody should hold you back. Just let it go. It is what it is, and that's all you can do. You can't go in and change anything that's already happened. People are, gonna, slander you or cause problems for you. It's really not a place you'd really want to be working in the first place, because they're not holding their employees accountable for thoughts or actions. And that's not the way you run a business. You hold them accountable for everything that they do, right? But if it's more time consuming than beneficial, then just walk away. That's what I would do. I would just walk away and say, listen, this is not the kind of company that, shady kind of things going on with the employees are able to do whatever they so please and cause problem for others. It's not a company you want to work for anyway. That's like signing your soul over to the devil. You're not going to just go and do it because, that person has a benefit. You know what I mean? Like, don't sell your soul to the highest bidder, right? Make sure it's your comfortability that you can't put a price on. Right, your sanity, your livelihood, everything that matters to keep you going every day matters, and they need to be accountable for their actions. Right, so please do have a look at it. Go check it out. He likes to get his homework done. Yeah, he's the homework manager.
And life manager.
Not only to the field.
Oh, and I also drink bottled water. I don't like tap water. Fluoride in the tap water. Remember that if you're doing your third eye work. Yeah. the molecules of fluoride that they put into tap water to keep us so we don't open our third
He
eye.
who searches the
So there you go. So now that I've been going for almost 2 hours, I am going to have a smoke break, and I'm going to do one more after this, and then I'm going to call it quits because I've been doing long ones lately, and I've done a few readings today, so I'm actually kind of getting burnt out. So if we,
the mind of the spirit.
I'm just going to have a catch-up smoke here. That's not the right one. Actually, no, it is the right one. Sorry. So I'm going to just, I always have a puff on air. Just, if you got questions that you want to field for now, that maybe you want some direction on how to cope with, function with, your abilities, feel free to ask. I'm here to provide a service. That was weird. Huh. Oh yeah. That's over here to get a light.
Important business. Mutation or liver.
Due west along the St.
Okay, so, I think she's gonna do well. I get a good vibe talking about the other company personally, that one, just to say, I got a lot better feelings, with that one. It's more action oriented, and walking in without having, what you're bringing from the other company, that energy, bringing it into another company, you might as well just, go back and work for the same company that you walked with, because you're carrying the burden of that company still on your shoulders, which you should just get off. You know what I mean? Like, keep moving forward in a positive manner. That's the best advice that anybody can get. It's easier sometimes said than done. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but I think we've all can understand what it's like to leave from a job. We probably have experienced it before, where it's been one or the other, right? So, Scorp, there you are. I see. I'm looking at that one. This one's not catching up very fast. Okay. So yeah, smoke break. Yeah, I'm having my coffee break for the next 5 minutes. This is Q&A time. It's Q&A day. Q&A.
As it is written.
Superior
Right. So.
With a tearing.
I hope you stick with the good one, the one that's gonna make you more profitable. If it makes you feel better. Who is Gail? Oh, we have a Gail coming through for someone. I don't know who Gail is. I knew a friend of mine used to be named Gail, but Gail, that could be somebody's feminine energy or somebody correlating with someone there.
Machine.
Oh, Gail is a machine.
Which is in Christ.
Oh, which is in Christ Jesus. Right. I forgot. Let's see, I'm going to change this over here now.
No, chap.
Okay. Yeah, I think you'll benefit, but don't just shut it off at one company. If there's other ones that offer the same kind of employment that you're looking for, it's better to have more options than no options, right? So keep,
and at least
and at least know what you're getting yourself into, right? So that was the female saying that. At least you know what you're getting yourself into. More about the background of the company, which will improve your score marks for, being knowledgeable about,
That the righteous.
In an old chat I've done, like through Facebook, it did actually come through with somebody on there. For this one, I did one for this lady I know, and she had just lost her husband. Her husband ended up having a heart attack and died. I did it for her as he was coming through. Oh yeah, and I'll talk about that one too. Don't worry. And experiencing, her boyfriend had passed away, and he was transitioning on the other side, and she was holding on to him from this side. But he had come through in the box, and just certain ways that he would say things, I would say it the way that he would say it, and it would bring her to tears every time. She's like, I can't believe this is real. And then she did it a second time, and I left her in the room with it recording, the screenshots, and she came out crying. She couldn't take no more. She couldn't do it. It was too much for her, like actually being in connection with him after he's passed. But he told her, get through whatever you have to do to survive now. Just do it. Just be getting yours and what is worth it, right?
Taken prisoner again.
And taken prisoner again. Who got taken prisoner? So doing this live for someone when I'm actually doing channeling is a different kind of procedure that I go than doing cards. I have to be in a meditative, almost trance state to do channeling, and it worked for her 2 times in a row, and it brought her to tears. And she's still healing over it, but she's gotten a lot better knowing that she has the opportunity to reminisce on what he has spoken to her through the box as well, right? For her to be able to let go of him so he can transition on as well. And it was very difficult. They were together, I think, for like 5 years, 5 or 6 years. Just had a baby. The baby's only like a year and a half when her partner passed away.
Chapter 8.
And she had the opportunity to actually carry on a conversation, which freaked her out. She wasn't ready for it, but she wanted to do it, and she requested it. So I did. I allowed her to do it while she was sitting next to me, and I told her, I'm going to leave you alone with the log so you know that it's no influence from me or anything, and you can care. And she came out looking white as a ghost. She says, I can't believe it. I'm talking to him. She says, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. Because everything he says is how he would say it if he was alive. And she just went off the deep end. But it's a way for her to deal with her emotions, that are building up, that she's been kind of mashing down because she doesn't want to remember or reminisce or think about him as he was after seeing how he was when he passed, right? So it was a bit of a situation. So a lot of her current situations are looking up now. She's used me, I don't know, a couple of times to do our cards, to do spirit box for her, and she has never felt better in a long time than hearing that information to actually boost her ego and boost her self-worth up again.
Here, I
Right?
stopped for the
Yeah, it worked with it's an addition to her life, right? Addition to a lot of people, right? Oh, it just closed down on me. It says enough. All right, so and it did. It was actually mind blowing, even in itself. I was quite quite excited about having that channel come through for her because it was what she really needed, and her mom requested me to help her with it, and so I did. And I did another one recently for her in the cards with a new relationship that she's starting with a man that she has not been in a relationship with anybody since her partner passed. So she's making the steps to move forward, um, and it's good to see her growing in a more positive manner. I really am grateful for being a part of her journey now. And she'll call and she'll be like, hey, guess what? This happened. Or she'll message me and guess what happened? You won't believe it. You won't believe it. Right? And it's like she's so much more full of life, more of energy, not being burdened down by her loss of her loved one, because he gave her a clear sign on both times. It's okay to move on. It's okay to live your life. You can't just stop life because I'm no longer with you. But I'm always with you, honey, is what he used to say to her. Always with you. Always with you. And she I guess moving into this new house, she felt it again with her partner being an angel around her as one of her guides now. He kind of took up post for one of her guides actually, and it was mind blowing in itself. It was, an experience that I'll never forget myself. Like it was just amazing. But yeah, it works from the voice box. They kind of pick and choose when they want to be in and when they don't want to be in, right? But they get very active. I could turn it on at any time of the day and be getting messages, or whatever they need to, kind of clear the air on or whatever. If there's a conflict going on between them, they like to vent, somebody to hear them, So, I put my services in action for them. I'm kind of like a mediator sometimes for energies, but I try not to be. Try to save my energy for this side of the box working, right? But if you all believe enough in it, you actually can create a lot of connections for yourself through meditation and people that you've, you know, it's just to experience it, right? Try to experience it for what it is, and not having such a closed mind when you actually deal with it, because it's not all dark. If the dark does try to come through, I automatically will know. It'll actually say that it is maleficent, or it's demonic, or demon is a one that they like to use, because demonic is not, it's too general of a thing, but demon energy is Damien, like, so, like Satan kind of side of the bridge, right? So I always get queued up before they even come, and then they get escorted, they get tied and bind and sent back to wherever, to go and try again, so it's not up to me. but they won't be traveling in my circle. There's no room at the back of the bus on that one. So I try to stay away from them. I will call on them if it's something that's fighting an attachment that somebody's placed on them. Let's like say has done a curse, and I'll send a dark energy saying, okay, well, you want to right or wrong, there you go, there's a job for you, go figure it out and release this person from this chain that they're carrying around. And usually within about a week, there's results. Just like for the love potion number 9 that I assisted a person with getting communication with a partner that he had dated before that was being put under a lot of negative influence. So we kind of released her from that, and she ended up calling him, and they're kind of on talking terms now, which is what he wanted, and that happened all within a week. And he always wants me to come and do another reading for him, but I just don't. I totally keep forgetting about him. He works during the week, so I try not to disturb people too much when he's working during the week because he works weird hours. He's a road paver. They do like all the road, the blacktop. So yeah, he works for a paving company. So yeah, I did remote viewing for a girl down in the States and a photo read for another girl. She'd sent me his picture. She'd posted it in one of the Facebook chats our Facebook rooms that I go and do free readings in as well. And I came across her picture, and it literally was sitting on my screen, and he was vibrating so fast that I could actually see the movement of his lips. I couldn't hear nothing, but his lips were like this, but they were moving just barely, so you could get a message through. And the biggest thing that she has heard so many different stories from other readers in the room, and she's like, no. She says, I'll let, when one of you gets the closest to what I'm trying to find out more information out, then I'll let you know. So she went through, I don't know, there must have been about 6 or 7 people ahead trying to, they were guessing, not actually knowing or taking the time to understand it, trying to get an answer for her. They were trying too hard. All I did was look at the picture, and all he said was just let her know that I'm sorry. And I can talk about this because she gave me clearance on this, but her brother had committed suicide by hanging himself in the house that he was taking a picture in front of. And I said, I'm sorry to hear for your loss, and I'm sorry that your brother committed suicide by hanging. She went, what? How would you know that? She says, nobody's even said anything about that. You would not be able to know that even. I said, that's what came through in the picture. And she went, oh my God. She says, you're the only one that can give me the messages now. Because that's who he's connected with, because you're straight and honest and truthful. Right? You're not bullshitting. You're not pulling the wool over my eyes. You're not, trying to cheat me out of, whatever. And I said, no, I don't work that way. And she got a lot of answers and it brought a lot of healing towards her. And it was really, really, having those, right? Those experiences to be able to be best suited information for her brother's energy. Somebody that was going to pass it the right way, right? Guten Tag. What is Guten Tag? You're it. So yeah, so it's a blessing. Sometimes you feel that it doesn't perceive. I get messages that I don't even know who they're for, but later on they end up coming into my life that I have to give a message to. It's really, oh, good day in German. Hey, I didn't know that. I learned language today. Cool, bonus. So yeah, so I have yeah, so oh, hang on. Okay, so her was done. Yeah, so okay, so I have you down. Okay, so yeah, so I've got some things that I got to get doing here. So I'm gonna go back to another one person. I don't know if there's anybody else here. If there's not, even better. I can go back to sleep. No, I can go to bed, have some to eat. No, I'm kidding. Well, Guten Tag. Oh, there we go. I learned a new thing today. So yeah, so I don't know if there's anybody else, Elizabeth, tonight. And there's Scorp, my lovely Scorp 444. So yeah, they're closed down because another application's using it. But yeah. So if that's all, that's it. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the video for the information that you guys received, and let me know. Leave a comment. Leave a great review would be great too in the comment section below. Um, and just focus on your energy of allowing it to flow in and flow out. Over the weekend, just to acknowledge the energy that's there and where it's coming up from for what's going on around you or what you're thinking of may trigger some emotions for you. Just acknowledge them. Yeah, last call. We hit the 2 hour mark. We're still going. So, if there's any questions or directions that you need, feel free to email me or get in contact with me here. Email shamanemi323@gmail.com or Hangouts, Google Hangouts. I receive calls on there as well, and that's shaman space Emmy space 333 is my Google ID. So you have a lot of ways to get a hold of me. Make it so accessible and easy to get a hold of me. All right, so I hope. Yes, we do on Monday. Yes, we do 7 o'clock your time, which, if I remember, you are how many extra hours ahead? You're 3 hours ahead. 2 hours or 3? Is it 2 or 3? I can't remember. I think it's 3. 3 hours ahead, I think. Right? Or where? No, you're. Oh, don't get me confused. Now I'm getting you confused with someone else. Because Scorp's in Australia, right? Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Elizabeth, you're in. You're here, aren't you? 3 hours ahead. Okay, so I am. I talked to so many of you guys, and you can tell me where you're from, and it's like, oh, okay. So now I have to correlate with. So you're 3 hours ahead. So 7 o'clock your time will be 4 o'clock my time. So I will make a note of that just so I don't forget. 7 p.m. But that's 7 p.m. which is 4 p.m. Okay. PST. Okay. PST, Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Who wrote it down? We're ready. I set my reminder on my Google account too. So that's set for Monday. I'm going to be on tomorrow. I haven't decided on the draw yet. You never know until we get there. The other thing is, if you guys need anything or you want to ask any more questions, feel free. I'm going to do tomorrow's draw. And see, maybe we might, throw a couple extra bonus ones out there somewhere. Who knows? It's hard to say. Depends on the mood. Depends on how busy we are. Right? So. But for now, you guys are number top priority. The channel, I'm going to try and get an encoder so I don't actually have to be on 2 different devices to do this. I can do it all from my laptop, one spot. That's it. So I'm going to be working on that tonight. I got to get that figured out to see how it works, right? It's no problem. I'll leave it there because you never know. You're usually here most of the times, and sometimes the rest of them are kind of late showing up, which is fine too. I always like to have somebody here moderating for me so it's not disruptive, and having to, in the back of my mind being distracted as the chat's going by to be checking it every so often. It takes away the energy and the focus from what I'm reading, right? So that's kind of why I like to have a mod in the room. So, Elizabeth, you're a mod for a little while. Who knows what's in store for you? We could have some things happening for you that are going to make it even more fun. But you be here on a busy night, and then you'll be like, oh, this was easy. This is a cakewalk. Wait till you get the busy ones when the messages are going like 60 seconds a mile a minute, right? And you're trying to catch up to them all. High five, girl. But yeah, you wait till you hit a busy night. And when I actually have 2 moderators working hand in hand on some of those, they were pretty crazy. They are absolutely crazy. But it was fun. I love doing it. It's a great feeling. I feel refreshed, even though I'm tired, but I feel refreshed. Yeah, bring it on. I can still keep going if I want to, but I try not to burn myself out because, I do have a partner that I like to spend some time with at the end of the day. Don't want to be passing out, going to sleep on his shoulder, going, yeah, honey, okay, I'll have dinner right now, and then you're passed out. I don't think it's very fair. But yeah, so I'm going to enjoy my evening. I hope you guys have a blessed evening, and until tomorrow, don't forget to like, share, comment, show the love to another person that may be in need of even just a smile. Make it worth the while. Smile and make it worth the while. Okay, that's the new tagline for the week. Smile to make it worth the while. Okay. So yeah, so here we go. Hang on. And oh, why is this? Hang on. Okay, I'm working on this. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, hang on here. Why is this not? Okay, hang on. What's going on here? Why is this doing? Okay. I'm trying to type into the message bar here. It's not going very. It's not helping a lot. There we go. Okay, so I want this one. And then roll away. Okay, so there you go. Smile to make it worth the while. Thought of the day. There we go. Good vibration to end on, I think. Very good out and vibrationally be leaving tonight with. Be a little goofy, be a little pondering, but at the end of the day we all are happy. Rolling on the floor half the time, enjoying each other. So there you go. There's my emo translated in emo version. Those are my emos for the day. That's how the energy is perceiving itself. So I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you guys have a fabulous evening. And remember, always work on a peace of mind, to get you through. And if there's anything that can't, just take even a 5-minute meditation exercise. Focus on visualizing the problem and see if there's not some solution that you can also come up with. And just learning to do the visualization exercises. There's lots of different things that, can develop your skills even faster than what, doing just through meditation. There's a lot of different avenues. So feel free to ask me. I can, guide you through what I went through on a more extreme sense of the meaning of my spiritual awakening. That doesn't have to be so extreme for some others. So that's what I'm here for, is to share and teach and show my story, right? So that's what I do every day. And thank you guys for being here tonight. God bless, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.